God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My son, quiet your soul now before my presence, for I, your Creator, am drawing near to you with a depth that surpasses everything you have ever lived." Today I bring you the revelation of a time that is not ordinary, a time set apart, consecrated, marked by the movement of my Spirit in every area of your life. Call to me and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know. Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3. I have seen your thoughts in the early hours of the morning, when your mind tried to understand what your eyes were not yet able to see. I also saw the silent weight that rested upon your chest, the weight you tried to hide with human strength, but that only I could carry with you. Do you feel that you are ready for a deep change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes all we need is a small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and blessings that God has already reserved for us. A simple 1-minute prayer can be the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms the inside and reflects on the outside. If you desire to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, spiritual and material, click on the first comment. There you will find a simple practice, guided with love, that can help you connect more deeply with the divine presence in your life. My son, not a single sigh of yours went unnoticed, not a single tear fell without me collecting it, not a single request of yours was lost in the wind. I am moving the invisible on your behalf, breaking decrees of stagnation, undoing ties that pulled your soul backwards, removing veils that kept you from perceiving the greatness of my work in you. In every silence of yours, I was there, and in every choked prayer, I was your refuge. This new season does not come as a temporary relief, it comes as an eternal decree over your house, your story, and your destiny. Comment, I trust in God's love, He sees what no one else sees. Understand, what I am revealing now requires more from your soul than emotion. It requires alignment, firmness, surrender. My voice is calling your spirit into a complete awakening, an awakening that accepts no distractions, no concessions, no fragmented doubts. You have reached the threshold of a transition that all of heaven has awaited with you, a change so deep that it will impact every step you take from this moment forward. I am removing from your path what stole your focus, what kidnapped your peace, what kept you trapped in old cycles. Do not fear when I move what must be moved, even if the movement seems sudden. I am aligning your heart to your promise, repositioning you in spiritual, emotional, and even material territories. Your thoughts must follow the rhythm of what I am generating. Your feelings must submit to the brightness of my light. Your will must agree with what I established for you before your existence. I will not allow your inheritance to be handed to the wind, but your yes, your posture, your positioning will be the keys that open what I have prepared. Breathe deeply, my son, this is the moment your soul has always waited for. Comment, I remain firm in the path God has opened for me. My son, listen to me, the Lord Himself goes before you, He will be with you, He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 8. I walked with you when your feet trembled, I walked when your hope seemed too small to sustain a new day. I walked when your faith felt fragile in the storm you faced. I saw when you surrendered your dreams to silence, believing they were impossible, when you buried promises because you believed time had passed, the chance had been lost, and the door had closed forever. My son, no dream born in you and planted by my hand can die, it only waits for the right time of harvest. Today I tell you, what you considered lost, I am resurrecting. What you believed was destroyed, I am rebuilding. What seemed unreachable, I am bringing close, so close that you will touch it. My presence over you is not only comfort, it is direction, strength, renewal, spiritual authority being poured over your spirit so you may walk with boldness. Comment, I believe God is restoring everything I thought I had lost. Beloved son, you have felt within yourself a new impulse, a holy restlessness, an awakening that shifts your thoughts, corrects your steps, and draws your decisions into a new place. This restlessness is not anxiety, it is alignment. It is my spirit touching your essence, reorganizing inner layers, tearing down walls you built without noticing, freeing old memories that still tried to shape your choices. I am penetrating the surface of your soul to reach deep roots, roots of pain, of limitations, of distorted beliefs, of memories that still pulled your spiritual energy downward. My son, the healing I am performing in you is not superficial, it is radical. Everything I am moving now is to prepare you for what is coming, to expand your limits, to broaden your perceptions, to transform your understanding of who you are and who I am within you. I tell you, do not reject this process. Who I am forging within you will be essential for the glory I am about to manifest in your story. Comment, I allow God to heal what I can no longer reach. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. I am making something new rise within you, something far greater than anything your mind has yet imagined. I am opening paths where no trail ever existed, and I am causing rivers to flow in the emotional, financial, and spiritual deserts that once exhausted your strength. I am touching hidden areas of your life with my restoring hand, activating opportunities, awakening gifts, and expanding your vision so you can see yourself as the victorious child I created you to be. I am healing your perception so that you look at life with hope, courage, and expectation. I am restoring your breath so that each inhale carries peace and each exhale releases fear. What once seemed closed will now open. What seemed still will now move. What once wounded you will now testify of your victory. You are stepping into a season of new seeds, new ground, new strength, and new abundance. Comment, I receive the new thing God is bringing into my life. Understand that this moment is more than a shift, it is a divine repositioning of your entire destiny. Everything in you that once felt broken is now being strengthened by the very battles you survived. The pain that shaped your past has now become the wisdom that shapes your future. You are stronger than you know, deeper than you realize, and more resilient than you ever believed yourself to be. I refined you in silence, polished you in hidden places, and lifted you even when you didn't notice my hand holding you. Now your identity is being rebuilt, aligned with heaven, no longer defined by wounds but by the glory I placed within you. What I am releasing over your life requires maturity, focus, and courage. This is your hour to rise as the person I designed you to be, whole, steady, free, and prepared for what is coming. Comment: I accept being shaped by God to live my purpose. My child, hear my eternal truth. I have redeemed you, called you by name, and declared you mine since before your first breath. No force, no darkness, no opposition has the authority to cancel the destiny I have spoken over your life. Even when the enemy tried to cloud your vision, weaken your faith, or silence your hope, he failed to sever your connection to me. You are mine, and being mine means you are covered, protected, guided, and strengthened in every step. I am sending angels to clear your path, breaking invisible barriers, dissolving spiritual resistance, and dismantling every voice that rises against my purpose for you. My light is shining on your journey so intensely that confusion becomes clarity and uncertainty becomes confidence. Where you once felt small, you will now walk with authority. Heaven is moving for you, my child, because what I placed within your story carries a greatness that cannot be stolen. Comment: I am God's, and nothing can stop what He has determined. Feel what I am doing inside you even now. I am realigning your spiritual sensitivity, awakening your awareness, sharpening your inner sight, and strengthening your discernment. The distractions that once stole your peace will lose their power. The voices that once overwhelmed you will fade into silence. You will walk with a clarity that does not come from your emotions but from my spirit guiding your steps with precision. Your perception is being tuned to hear my whispers, to recognize my movements, and to sense the direction of the new path I have opened for you. Where fear once dominated your decisions, faith will now lead you with boldness. Where confusion once clouded your vision, revelation will now unfold like morning light. I am bringing you into a space where your spirit is sharper than your doubts and your purpose louder than your worries. Comment: I let God guide my steps and my perception. My child, listen to the eternal promise. The tears you cried were not signs of defeat, they were seeds planted in the ground of transformation. The long night you endured was not punishment, it was preparation. Every desert you crossed strengthened your character, every silence taught you to listen, every disappointment trained your spirit for victory. Now, the morning of joy is rising with unstoppable strength. I am accelerating breakthroughs, unlocking doors you once thought sealed forever, and carrying you into places that only my hand could lead you. What once hindered you will now serve as proof of my power. My joy will surround you like a rushing river, my goodness will rest upon you like a mantle, and my peace will follow you like a faithful companion. This will be one of the most fruitful seasons of your life, for everything you sowed in pain, you will now reap in glory. Comment: I believe my harvest has arrived by God's power. My beloved child, listen closely, for I am speaking to the deepest chambers of your being, reaching into places where only my voice can enter, lifting you into the awareness of a divine moment that has arrived with precise intention. What you have sought, what you have longed for in silence, what you have carried as a longing too sacred to express fully, is ready. The provision has not only been arranged, it has been shaped, tailored, and aligned to the fabric of who you are becoming. The doorway stands open before you, radiant with possibility, not as a distant hope but as a present invitation. Yet no opening, no divine opportunity, can manifest without your willingness to step forward. You must cross the threshold, for the threshold cannot cross to you. This moment will not force itself upon your life, it awaits your decision, your courage, your trust. If you allow hesitation to settle, even for a brief moment, that pause may seize what I designed for your hands, what I ordained for your path, what I breathed into existence with your name woven into its purpose. Do not allow indecision to silence the echo of my promise. This window is sacred, consecrated, and intentional. And though my love for you is infinite, eternal, unchanging, the unfolding of my will must proceed as I have appointed. I do not move from preference but from perfect timing, perfect alignment, perfect wisdom. What is meant for you remains yours as long as your heart remains open. Step forward, my child. Step forward into what is calling you. I have seen influences rise against you, whispers of doubt, shadows of resistance, attempts to cloud your clarity and dim your hope. They sought to persuade you that you were unready, unworthy, unprepared to embrace the magnitude of what I have formed. I watched as hesitation tried to root itself in your thoughts, weaving illusions that you lacked the strength, the courage, or the capacity to receive something so significant. But none of these voices hold truth. None of these shadows carry authority. For I, the one who formed your spirit, declare that this moment is not beyond you. It is the moment for which I built you. Every season of struggle, every tear you wiped quietly, every battle fought when no one saw, every prayer whispered through trembling breath, all of it was preparation. You were being refined, fortified, and shaped into someone capable of carrying what you once feared you were too fragile to hold. I equipped you long before you recognized what you were being prepared for. You stand now at the brink of something that resonates with everything your spirit has known, even when your mind could not yet understand. The knowing inside you is not imagination, it is recognition. You are not stepping into the unknown, you are stepping into the promised. Do not allow apprehension to rob you of this divine moment. Apprehension is a thief that wears the disguise of caution, whispering possibilities of failure that do not align with my voice. Uncertainty is a weaver of illusions, spinning false narratives meant to distance you from your inheritance. Understand this, your reasoning mind, valuable though it is, was not designed to interpret the supernatural. It cannot calculate my plans. Logic has its place, but revelation carries its own truth. And deep within you, my beloved, your spirit has already discerned the direction you must take. You feel the pull because it is meant for you. You sense the urgency because the hour has arrived. You perceive this beckoning because it is aligned with my design. The stirring within your chest, the movement in your soul, the quickening of your heart, these are not signs of fear, they are signals of destiny awakening. Do not let the noise around you drown the certainty that rises from within. Trust what I placed inside you, for I do not stir the spirit without preparing the way. I speak to you now not to impose weight upon your shoulders, but to elevate you into alignment with what I have already set in motion. You are not reaching for a possibility, you are responding to a divine appointment. This moment has been carefully woven through time, crafted specifically for your journey. It is a gateway, not of burden but of blessing, not of pressure but of purpose. And yes, the very desire you prayed for, the one wrapped in tears, framed by longing, and spoken in whispers, is ready to manifest. It stands near, awaiting your embrace. But manifestation is not passive, it responds to movement. You must step. You must trust. You must allow my guidance to replace your fear, my assurance to replace your hesitation, my promise to replace your doubt. Even if trembling accompanies your yes, it is still a yes. Even if fear whispers, you must still move. Fear has no authority unless you grant it permission. And I have already broken its influence over you. Walk forward, even with trembling steps, for each trembling step is still a step toward promise. Nothing in this moment is accidental. Not the words you read, not the timing, not the gentle pressure within your spirit drawing you closer to understanding. Every phrase is intentional, every pause crafted with purpose. This is my design unfolding before your consciousness. This is heaven aligning with your journey. I am touching your inner world, awakening the truth that has always lived beneath your doubts. You are not here by chance. You are not hearing this by coincidence. This is the divine intersection where preparation meets opportunity. I will not allow you to overlook what I have readied for you unless you consciously choose to turn away. I have arranged every detail with meticulous care. Nothing is random, nothing is wasted, nothing is misplaced. What is before you has been shaped with my own hand, structured for your growth, tailored to your purpose. But you must step into it. My child, you must step. Therefore, stay close to me. Draw near to my voice, and let the noise of fear fade into insignificance. Let your truest self, your spirit, not your fears, receive the magnitude of what I am revealing. You have viewed many things incorrectly, not because you lacked faith, but because shadows distorted your vision. You believed your prayers were delayed or unheard. You assumed that silence meant absence. But silence, my beloved, is not abandonment, it is preparation. You thought I withheld because you were unworthy, when in truth I withheld because the timing was not yet aligned with the fullness of my intention. What you perceived as delay was protection. What you saw as distance was me drawing the path into perfect placement. You misinterpreted my movements because you expected signs in one form while I was working in another. But now the veil lifts. Now the clarity comes. Now your heart begins to understand what your mind could not yet comprehend. You believed your cries dissolved into the vastness of my being, lost or unacknowledged. But every whisper, every plea, every tear was received into my heart with immeasurable tenderness. Not a single prayer was ignored. Not a single longing overlooked. Your petitions did not vanish, they gathered. They accumulated. They formed the very foundation of what you are stepping into now. I was not silent because I did not hear, I was silent because I was building. And now the structure is complete. Now the path is illuminated. Now the moment has arrived. Let this truth reshape your understanding. You were never unheard, you were never unseen, you were never forgotten. You were being positioned. This moment is the culmination of what your spirit called for long before your lips spoke the words. It is your appointed time, and nothing can take it from you except your refusal to believe that it is yours. So come, my beloved. Step into the fullness I have prepared. Do not hesitate at the doorway of your own destiny. Allow this truth to settle your heart and calm every restless thought. The moment stands ready. The blessing stands ready. The breakthrough stands ready. And I, your God, stand ready. You are not moving alone, you are moving with me, in me, through me. Embrace this season with a resolute yes, and watch how quickly the heavens respond. For this is not merely an opportunity, it is the divine unfolding of the very thing you were born to walk into. Move forward, my child. The time is now. My beloved child, listen with the quiet attentiveness of your spirit, for what I am about to reveal moves deeper than mere words. You have often wondered whether I heard your quietest requests, whether your whispered longings dissolved into silence without response. Yet from the very instant your heart lifted its desire, something holy began to shift in realms your eyes could not see. My movement did not depend on the emotion you felt, nor on the evidence surrounding you. Even when everything in your earthly experience seemed unmoved, even when the world appeared as though wrapped in stillness, I was not distant. I was not delayed. I was not silent. I was shaping, aligning, preparing the way with a precision that goes beyond the understanding of your earthly mind. In the gentle space between your request and its unfolding, entire patterns were being rearranged in the invisible fabric of your path. You misread the silence as absence, but the silence was only the sound of my work being done in depths beyond your awareness. While you sat wondering whether anything was happening at all, I was closer to you than the breath filling your lungs, nearer than any thought you could ever form, listening to every tremor of your soul and gathering each trace of longing with unspeakable tenderness. You did not see the orchestration that began the moment your desire left your heart, but the unseen world awakened with purpose, moving with intention toward your good. My messengers were dispatched to clear hindrances you did not know existed. Timelines began shifting. Circumstances started aligning. The delicate sequence of divine timing unfolded with the harmony of a great symphony. Yet because the movement was invisible to the natural eye, you feared it was not real. You assumed that stillness meant nothing was happening. But the opposite was true. The stillness was the space where layers of preparation settled into perfect order. Nothing meant for you was denied. Nothing was ignored. What you asked for did not drift into the void. It was received, nurtured, and shaped into a provision that would fit your life with perfection. I have never been careless with your destiny. I have never given you anything half-formed or out of season. What I prepare for you comes in fullness, not fragments, and it comes in the moment when it can protect you, elevate you, and transform you without unsettling the integrity of who you truly are. My child, the delays were not denials, they were shields. As time unfolded, there were days when a subtle hope rose within you unexpectedly, a sense of uplift that had no explanation, a quiet peace that settled on you without reason, a brief moment of brightness that contradicted your circumstances. These were not accidents. They were echoes of what was drawing near. They were the spiritual signals that the provision shaped for you was nearing the border of your reality. Your soul sensed its approach even when your mind could not comprehend it. This is why insights came to you in sudden clarity, why at times you found yourself breathing differently, standing differently, believing differently. Those shifts were not random, they were responses to the nearness of what I was bringing. And even when the heaviness returned, even when doubt whispered through the cracks of your certainty, the work continued unhindered. My provision does not vanish because your emotions waver. My timing does not change because your hope rises or falls. I am constant, and what I set into motion remains in motion until it reaches you in its appointed moment. The nearness you sometimes felt was not imagination, it was truth brushing against your awareness, a subtle reminder that what you seek is not a distant dream but a reality approaching. What I have prepared for you is not meant to overwhelm you, confuse you, or rush into your life before your foundations are ready to hold it. I do not give blessings that damage. I do not release gifts that harm. Everything I bring into your life is meant to anchor you, uplift you, and expand the truth of who you are. That is why certain things had to pause. That is why you walked through seasons of stretching, refinement, and awareness. There were wounds in your heart that needed healing so that the blessing would not be twisted by old fears. There were beliefs that needed to fall away so that the new could be received without distortion. There were patterns around you that needed to break, people who needed to step aside, pathways that needed clearing. And in the silence you misunderstood, all these things were taking place beneath the surface. What looked like nothing was the birthplace of everything. What felt like delay was preparation of the highest order. Had the answer come earlier, it would not have carried the same depth, the same protection, the same resonance. I do not give treasures into hands still shaped by wounds that distort their meaning. I heal, I restore, I build, and only afterward do I place the blessing. I know you felt weary at times. I know doubt visited more often than you wished. I know you questioned whether you had misheard my voice, whether the stirring in your heart was truly of divine origin or merely the echo of desire. My child, nothing within you that aligns with truth, hope, love, and higher purpose is ever merely desire. I planted those longings within you as seeds of your destiny. Yet even seeds require time, darkness, and hidden growth before they break into visible life. The waiting was not meant to test your worthiness, it was meant to expand your capacity. I was strengthening your interior world so that when the provision arrives in its fullness, you would not crumble under the weight of the blessing. You needed depth, not swiftness. You needed clarity, not haste. You needed grounding, not instant gratification. The delay was transformation, though you did not see it. Each moment shaped you, each pause refined you, each unanswered day deepened your readiness. You grew in resilience, in discernment, in spiritual maturity. You learned to hear me beyond emotion, to recognize me beyond circumstance, to trust me beyond the surface. There were influences around you that would have distracted you, people who would have interfered with what I was bringing, and pathways that would have led you away from the gift I shaped for you. I removed them not to punish you, but to protect the sacred space of your becoming. You do not yet fully understand the magnitude of what was prevented, the heartaches you never had to endure, the setbacks that never touched you, the losses that were avoided because I intervened in silence. Some opportunities had to remain closed because they were traps disguised as blessings. Some relationships had to fade so your future could be preserved. Some doors had to remain shut so that the right one would not be overshadowed or confused with the wrong. Every redirection was an act of love. Every pause was a shield. Every shift was intentional. And while you asked for clarity, I was securing your path. While you asked for speed, I was fortifying your foundation. While you asked for manifestation, I was preparing you to sustain what would arrive. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was out of order. Now, beloved, the provision crafted for you is no longer distant. It is not abstract, nor is it wandering in delay. It stands at the edge of your experience, waiting for alignment. It waits not because it is uncertain, but because the timing must serve your elevation, not merely your relief. You are stepping into a moment where readiness meets fulfillment, where inner transformation meets outer manifestation. The space around you has already begun to shift. The atmosphere of your life is bending toward breakthrough. What I have prepared for you is not fragile, not temporary, not partial. It carries depth, stability, and a transformative purpose. It is meant to bless you, restore you, and awaken layers of strength and truth within you that had been dormant. It is meant to expand your life in ways that transcend your original request. My child, the answer is here. It breathes in the unseen just beyond the threshold of your next step. It comes not with chaos, but with clarity. Not with fear, but with assurance. Not with confusion, but with divine alignment. And now I speak to your heart, step forward. Do not overthink. Do not shrink back. Do not question whether you are worthy, you are. The season of preparation has reached its fullness. The time of silence has completed its work. The provision shaped specifically for your journey is ready to meet you. I did not prepare it to burden you. I prepared it to lift you. I did not bring it forth to complicate your life. I brought it to align you with the destiny I planted within you long before you knew how to ask for it. Everything is in place. Everything is synchronized. Everything is ready. What comes now will not pass you by. What comes now carries the weight of purpose, the tenderness of divine intention, and the fullness of what your soul has long awaited. Step into it with trust, for this time, this moment, is the unveiling of what was always meant for you. My beloved child, hear me now with the fullness of your being, for what I am releasing into your spirit is not merely a message. This is an unveiling, a moment carved with intention, a sacred intersection between your readiness and my greater design. I speak to you with clarity because clarity is what this season demands. For a long time, I have been shaping the hidden places within you, strengthening the ground beneath your spirit, forming in you a depth that could hold what I always intended to place in your hands. If I had entrusted these gifts or these opportunities to you before your inner foundation was established, they would have slipped away like water through unsteady fingers. Not because you were unworthy, but because the timing was not yet aligned with your capacity to carry the weight of what was meant for you. So I refined you. I strengthened what was fragile, illuminated what was unclear, uprooted what was weak, and cultivated a grounded, steady, awakened spirit in you. Now the appointed moment has arrived, the moment toward which the design has quietly moved in dimensions beyond your perception, woven into patterns older than time, prepared across realms that your senses cannot yet fully grasp. You are no longer in the season of waiting. You have stepped into the time of receiving, a season where your hands must open, your heart must agree, and your spirit must rise without hesitation to meet what has been placed before you. This is why something deep inside you has been stirring, something you cannot fully explain but cannot ignore. The restlessness you feel is not confusion, it is recognition. Your heart knows what your mind struggles to articulate. Your emotions swell because your spirit senses proximity. Your awareness sharpens because you are standing at the threshold of fulfillment, at the doorway between the life you've known and the life that is calling you forward. The closeness of what I have prepared surrounds you now like a presence pressing gently but unmistakably upon your soul. My provision is not far away or hidden in a distant future, it has reached your doorstep. It is within arm's reach. It waits for your step, your willingness to proceed, your readiness to embrace what has always belonged to you. I cleared the path that once seemed impossible to cross, but I will not drag you forward. I removed obstacles that once hindered you, but I will not push you through. I loosened the chains that held you, but I will not force you into the freedom already laid open before you. I stilled the voices that rose against you, but I will not carry you into the victory that requires your own decision. I placed the blessing within reach, but your hands must extend to claim it. I arranged the moment, but your inner self must answer it. This is the nature of divine partnership. What is meant for you waits for your ascent, your step, your alignment with the appointed time. This is why hesitation now carries weight, a spiritual weight, not born from punishment, but from the nature of appointed moments. Sacred alignments do not linger indefinitely. Doorways created for specific seasons do not remain open simply because you hope they will. These openings appear when your spirit is attuned, ready, and strengthened by the journey that brought you here. They are not endless corridors that wait without purpose. They are precise points of entry designed to move your life forward, to propel you into your higher destiny. If you turn your attention away, the opening will not stay out of sentiment, nor will it pause because you are unsure. The greater design does not align itself with human calendars or earthly assumptions. It moves according to patterns that surpass time. And though you may believe an opportunity this significant will return, not all do. Some moments appear once, holy, singular intersections that never repeat in the same way, never open again with the same clarity, the same depth, the same divine orchestration. Your thoughts may convince you that waiting brings no consequence, but the unseen laws of timing reveal otherwise. If the appointed spirit does not step forward, if the heart chosen for a purpose hesitates too long, the unfolding shifts. Not as punishment, but because the flow must continue. What is meant to be born will find its vessel, its expression, its pathway. The intention attached to a divine moment moves forward, even if the one it first called remained still. So, my child, hear me with the fullness of your soul. This is the moment your journey has been leading you toward. Not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine orchestration. Everything within you, your longing, your awakening, your heightened sensitivity, signals your readiness. The design is complete. The doorway is open. The provision is near. The blessing is waiting. The only step left is yours. Step into the fullness prepared for you. Step into the moment that was shaped with your name upon it. Step into what is ready, what is aligned, what is true, what is yours. And as you do, know this: I walk with you. I bless your path. I sustain your courage. I honor your yes. And I surround your journey with a love that will never fail, never fade, and never withdraw. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.